Hey there, photographers. Brenda Petrella here, and welcome to Outdoor Photography School, where we help you create better images and reconnect with nature. Now, I'll admit, I wasn't planning on making a video tutorial today on my little photography outing, but I thought of a couple of things that I'd like to share with you that will hopefully be inspirational for trying to find compositions and getting out during this pandemic. And I'm also going to share with you some tips on photographing waterfalls and streams, which are some of my favorite subjects to photograph. So here I am in Vermont, just about a week after the first day of spring, and you can see we still have a fair bit of snow here in the woods. And I've been keeping tabs on a local stream and watching for when it starts to thaw out, and it just did yesterday. And you might be able to hear it in the background flowing. And because I'm at a lower elevation than some of my favorite streams to photograph out in the Green Mountains, I know that soon those streams will also be thawed out, and I can start to go check those out in the coming weeks and months. So I'm out here to photograph the winter runoff in these tiny streams that by the end of the summer will be just a trickle, and also just look for other compositions that are just starting to reveal themselves in this very unique time of the year where the snow is melting and life is coming back into the woods. And so I'm just on a local trail. It's maintained by our town and the Local Trails Alliance. So thank you, trail crews. And I just want to encourage you that during this time when it's really hard to travel and get out, to research your local trails and see if there's any opportunities. And I'm going to share hopefully some compositions with you today that will show that if you just really start to pay attention and tune your eyes to starting to see things differently, you don't need the big mountain landscapes to create some compelling images. So let's go see what we can find. So I'm really glad that I came out when I did, because the weather is already starting to change. The fog is lifted, the sun is coming out. It's supposed to be super warm today, so we're probably going to get a massive melt of the snow. So that means that the streams are going to be even more rushing towards the end of the week, and much of the snow will probably be gone, and it's possible that the trails won't be passable at that time. So I'm really glad that I took advantage of this opportunity and was watching the weather and watching how the season was changing so rapidly. So if you want to learn more about details of photographing waterfalls and streams, I wrote a complete guide over on outdoorphotographyschool.com. So check out that article. And big news, I'm starting a podcast. It's called the Outdoor Photography Podcast. I'm going to be interviewing top landscape and nature photographers as well as outdoor industry experts that will help us learn about creativity and composition and safety in the outdoors and all that kind of cool stuff. The trailer is already out. If you go to outdoorphotographyschool.com/podcast, you can find out about it and you can subscribe. Please do. It's on all your podcast players. Our first real interview will be coming out on April 6th. And it will be published every Tuesday after that. So I hope you check it out. Thanks a lot.